Here we have the outside of the Hobby Siesta 65 TL. If we firstly open the driver's side door, you will see tucked just down here is the main isolator for the 12-volt system. So if you want to kill any residual draw on the leisure battery, you can switch it off just at this point here. Tucked underneath the driver's seat, you have the battery charger just here, the 12-volt fuses just here, so if anything's not working on 12-volt, just check to see whether or not a fuse is blown. And then tucked right at the very back is the leisure battery itself. The jack and wheel brace is located just in the footwell, just here. Next we have the electric step. This operates just here. Here we have the bullfinch barbecue point. If you are going to use this, you need to get your red bullfinch barbecue adapter, attach the hose of the barbecue to it with a Jubilee clip, and then it pushes in and twists round. Next we have both vents for the Dometic fridge. Make sure nothing is obstructing these and try to limit the amount of water sprayed at them when washing the motorhome. Next we have the gas locker. There is plenty of room in here for 2 gas bottles. You will see tucked up here you have the regulator itself, and then the hose comes off the regulator and then screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. We then have garage entry just here. You can see the spare wheel. Along the top we have the 2-lay roll-out canopy. Winds at this point just here. As we come round to the rear, we have the rear view and reverse cameras, and then the Fiamma bike rack. To use this, just pull the rack down. We then need to undo, and we can then raise up so the bikes have something to rest against. Once everything has been secured, bike's on the rails. These parts through the wheels, they do slide about depending on the size of the bike, and then attach around the frames to secure. We then have access to the garage again. This side we can also get to the boiler drain valve, which is just here. These particular drain valves are automatic, so if the temperature inside the van drops below 3-4 degrees, this valve will automatically open up and drop the water out of the boiler to frost protect itself. If you are going to manually drain it, we come to the blue diamond on the top here and we twist it. When we twist it, the blue button will pop out, and then to basically close it back up, twist, push back in, fill up the fresh water tank, turn the water pump on to then start refilling it. If it auto drains, all that will happen is the blue button will pop out at the bottom and you need to push it in to reset. If it will not stay in, it's just too cold in the van and you will need to turn some heating on to generate some heat to allow it to reset. As we move further along, we have the mains hookup just here. Make sure that you push down on this blue lever when removing the lead. We then have the flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with this, but again, just make sure that nothing's obstructing it and try to limit the water being sprayed at it. We then have the Thetford toilet cassette. So lift up on the yellow handle and pull towards you to remove. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. Cassette also empties from here as well. Just remember that when you're pouring it away, to hold down this button here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a nice easy way of giving the cassette a good clean. Also located in this locker, we have the fresh water tank drain. And then as we move further along, we have the fresh water tank fill. So just pop your hose pipe in to fill up. Beneath, we then have the grey water drain, so anything that goes down your plug holes goes into the holding tank and then drains off at this point here. Above, we then have diesel fill just here, undoes on the ignition key. And then as we come back round to the front, bonnet release, it's just at the front here. Use the ignition key, turn to the left and then to the right to open.